So we're in Philadelphia and I'm super excited because I was here last year on tour, but we didn't really get to do anything. So this time I'm like, I want to do the most. I have my dancers who are kind of like my built-in friends for the moment. So I'm like making them do all this fun touristy stuff with me because they're my dancers and they like kind of have to. So they've been good sport about it. And we're gonna go explore Philly and hopefully eat lots of food and see some of you guys. Okay guys, ready?
Oh my gosh, you should totally You should do that, it's so fun. Movie.
Do you know?
Cinema.
So we got really lucky with this one. We were getting more energy. This was the second week of tour, so we were in Philly in New York City. So obviously we wanted to go and see all the cool sights, and we kind of want to make this a thing now in every city. So if there's a city coming up, let us know if there's something we should see because we don't really know. But we ended up going to the Rocky Stairs in Philadelphia, which was really cool actually. I'm not like the biggest Rocky fan, but that's like history. That's like iconic, and so it was like really cool. And we ran up it, and I was just like shocked I got up there without like completely dying. I thought I was gonna pass out and run out of breath, but it was really, really cool to do that. I felt really like accomplished. I said, ooh, we got cardio for the day.
Yeah.
I'm actually tired.
That's actually real.
We made it. We walked the steps. We ran the steps. Rocky, Philly. This is what we do before every show. We get pumped, we get hyped. I work out with my squad. So all the people who show up in Philly, I have to say they have the most energy for sure. We're already in the lobby and people are coming up to us. The airport, people are coming up to us. And right away the energy is we're super intense. Anytime we're on the East Coast, I feel like they're like 10 times more intense and they're 10 times more like just excited and in your face, which is what I love. I love when people are excited. Here in LA, they're very like, they like track you with like a phone like you're a little animal, but there they come up to you like your friends, and I love that right away. The energy is so good. This was a sound check. It was so bomb. We nailed it. We're adding some new parts to the show. We had my dancer Andrew now doing contemporary. Is he gonna do it in this one?
Do you want to?
Yeah, my mom said it was cool. I didn't see it.
It's cool, right?
So we're gonna add, we're always adding new stuff. So if you have seen a show, come back and see that one. So backstage, I'm usually really excited and pumped, but I'm very, very nervous for this one because during sound check, I realized I have no voice. I do meet and greets before the show, and I'm really excited because if I have a lower pitched voice, people like think I'm like, there's something wrong or that I'm upset. So I was already like screaming and yelling with excitement to everyone. And we did sound check, and I was like, oh, okay, my voice is gone. So I'm really nervous because I do sing during my show, and you definitely can hear me. So I'm like, I'm really, really nervous for this one. And also, I hadn't seen the crowd yet. Gabby's here, so there's a lot of people here that I haven't met or haven't seen before, and so I'm just like, I'm really nervous. I was like, oh, boys, please don't give out on me.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Have fun, guys. Do it.
At the end of the day, I'm just like, you know what? I don't have a voice. I am feeling a little chubby, but I love performing. This is what I love to do. It's like being in my bedroom, but there's like an actual audience there that supports me. So more than anything, I'm just super pumped. I take a shot, and then I'm like, I'm ready to go. And I was lit. I was ready to go. I wasn't drunk, but I was lit. I was ready to have a party. And if no one else was gonna have a good time, I just was gonna have a good time by myself. So my wardrobe for the show is very heavily inspired by Miss Britney Spears. I am obsessed with her, and she's currently not on tour. She doesn't have a show in Vegas, so I feel like I'm kind of like the little knockoff Britney, a replacement for all the Britney yet to come. Even though that is my songs, it's a very Britney inspired with like the dancers and her outfits. It's very Piece of Me inspired. My pink outfit, my opening outfit is inspired by Freaky, which actually was inspired by Britney Live. So it's all just kind of inspired by her. And it was made by Michael Philpott, shout out. He's my wardrobe guy since like day one on Fat Chick, so he's like, great, I give him something, he can make it right away. And our closing outfits for What Dreams Are Made Of is a tour merch, which is really exciting. That comes from like when I was like a kid in high school. Like whenever you would come out for curtain call and bows, you'd all be in like theater shirts. But here's the catch, I was never cast in any shows, so I was like, I want to wear a theater shirt and bow. So I kind of have it as like our theater shirt, our kind of like high school performance. We're done, we have our cast shirts on, and yeah, I love all the wardrobe. And then the white boots, obviously inspired by Britney, and they're really comfortable. I can dance in them and do all my crazy dancing, which isn't that crazy, but it's crazy for me. I'm out of breath the whole time. So one of my favorite parts of the show is the Q&A. It's actually like, without a doubt, my favorite part, because when the lights come up and we go out into the audience and ask you guys to ask me questions. It's kind of like old school YouTube, but back in the day, Q&As were such a big thing on YouTube, so it's kind of like a live Q&A, and it's like so much fun. I get asked the most personal questions. Definitely here in Philly, they were asking me personal questions, but I'm a very open book. I think like if you just like say your truth, no one can use your truth against you. So I'm open to anything, and I love it. And I was real freaky. For some reason, I was being real extra naughty in Philadelphia. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the fireball or what, but I was being like crazy, so we all kind of just have like this really crazy time. But they know, people know, like if you ask me a question, I'll answer anything. I honestly will, especially live. There's this sort of like sense of like freedom, like you feel like no one's watching even though people record, but you kind of feel like, you know what, this is intimate enough, I can share all the real and raw details, and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool experience. It's definitely different than like camera. It's definitely like one-on-one. We're just having a conversation, me not ever thinking it's gonna end up on the internet. So when your information has a big mouth and you really never know what you're gonna get like for an answer, but come and ask me all the questions, because like the personal questions I love. I think it's like better, the deeper the better. To Times Square in New York, which that's like iconic. We got to like dance in Times Square in New York, which is really fun. And each location we went to, people were like always like really shocked. I feel like if you're just anything, like if you do anything in unison, people are like, wow. One person asked us if we were a break crew, and we're just like, yeah. I said yeah, because I didn't know what that meant, but I thought that sounds cool. And then I figured out it was breakdancing, and none of us were breakdancing, but it was still kind of fun. And yeah, we kind of just performed everywhere, and it was really cool. It was fun, and I love that like my dancers wanted to do that with me. Like that's something like little kids would do, and I was like, this is everything. We're just like grown people in New York, like dancing to Freaky, like not really caring, and it was really cool actually. It was like the best experience ever.
Times Square!
Yes, we're here. So yeah, so we got really lucky. We just took the Amtrak to New York City, so that night we got to like all go out, which was like really fun because we had a long day, but we were also really hyped and hungry, and we ended up going to a place that actually had dancing as well. It was like hip hop music, and I can't dance to hip hop music, but you know, you kind of don't care. It's like tour life. Like when you're on the road, you're like, nobody sees us, nobody cares, except obviously we had a camera there, but it just was like fun. We just kind of like let loose, which is like really fun. I don't ever do that, not even at home. So it was like really fun. We just all danced. And I danced horribly, but it's one of those things when you're at bars, you can just dance bad and people just don't care. Like there's other drunk people dancing, and we're all just like having a party. People were coming up like, what do you guys do? Because we were still all in our crew shirts. They always wear my merch, it's so cute. I always tell them they don't have to, but like we all match, and I love that. So people are always like, what do you guys do? What's the show? And it was a cool thing. And we just all danced. And we're like, if you want to see more of this dancing, come to our show tomorrow. Just trying to promo that show. So we're in New York, and I am so excited. This is the one show I have been most excited about. Never performed in New York before. Never performed like on the Broadway street, which is like so crazy to me. Like this is it for me. This was everything. Being in New York is just like represents everything that I love, which is like live theater and live performance and all that stuff like that. I get really excited. Obviously I make lots of trips to New York just in general to go see live theater. I think it's just where like entertainers like really thrive, you know, like LA, you can always auto-tune, fix things, edit, all that stuff like that. But New York, it's like live, and it's where it's like magical. It's like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like I was on that stage, and I remember we were doing like boomerangs and stuff, and I just felt so magical. I was like, oh my God, I have like my own show. It was like really cool, because like I just always wanted to be like on Broadway, and like technically I was there with my show. It was like really cool. So just when I think they couldn't top Philly being the most hype, we go to New York, and in New York we are on a whole different level. We were in a seated theater, which we were all really nervous about. We saw the seats, and we're like, oh, what's the energy gonna be like? As soon as I came out, everyone was on their feet and like right up to the stage. This was definitely not your typical Broadway theater crowd.
Wait, they're all gonna be sitting down. No one was sitting.
They were like in the front too.
They were in the aisle.
Yeah, it was sick. It was so cool. People were hyped from the very beginning, and it was insane. I like couldn't hear the music. I couldn't hear anything really, but it didn't matter because I was just like, everyone was like bopping, and it was so cool. Like when you could hear the crowd like singing your songs, like my songs, like it's crazy. It was so weird. I was like, oh my God, there's people who like not just watch me to like make fun of me or like feel better about their own lives. It's like, no, they like are listening to this music over and over that they know the words. Like it was so cool. Like people were like singing at the top of their lungs. It like made me want to cry. I want to cry thinking about it. Like every song, from Freaky to Shallow to What Dreams Are Made Of. It was, I was standing in the like wings for What Dreams Are Made Of, like in like the first like chorus or whatever is like the video playing, but I could just hear the audience above the video, and I was just like, yeah, they're hyped. They're like, they're ready. And I was, I didn't want the show to end. I was like, it's so bittersweet because I love What Dreams Are Made Of. I was like, I don't want this to end, because this is like, without a doubt, the one show that I was like, oh, this is it. This is it. This is everything. Can never top it.
Oh, period. Best show so far. So far. Come to the other season for more. Better and better every time.
That was so good. They were all standing up too.
Yeah.
So now I get to go meet people and I'm really excited because they're all so hype. Like the VIPs were so hype, the audience was so hype, and then like when you do the meet and greets, they're like even more hype. So I'm gonna just be like just high this whole time. Like I feel like I'm on a drug. This crowd was giving me tequila, Jules. I was like, okay, I don't know. I'm not taking everything too. I'm just like, oh, and someone's like putting it in my mouth. But it was a long time and it was good, and I trust these people, and even if they poison me, I'd still love them, and what a way to go, because that's everything. It was iconic. So yeah, it was a good time. Yes, it was definitely so cool to have like a bunch of people come out. So obviously the Fat Jewish was one of the people I've communicated with on Instagram. He's a huge Instagram star, and so like he said he was gonna come, and you know, people always say they're gonna come, but he came and showed up, and he waited like backstage, and it was so cool. He was like so hyped about it, and even afterwards, like that crowd reaction was insane. One of my other friends who reviews for Broadway shows was actually there as well, and I didn't even know till after. He like DM'd me, he's like, I was there. I was like, you should have told me. And he was like, that crowd was insane. Like those people really love you. T. Kyle Mack, who edits all my videos and #1 Britney fan, he was right there. He's done tons of videos calling out my Britneyism. We actually had Derek. We had a bunch of people that did like YouTube channels and YouTube videos come out. And so this weekend in particular, from Gabby to the Fat Jewish to like all the supporters, like it was really cool. Plus we got to see like Danielle, like some of my OG supporters, Danielle and Brian, who are like two of my biggest supporters that have come to multiple shows. They were there. And then we had Daryl and Melody, who was the Peggy, and also Mariah Reynolds from Hamilton in Puerto Rico, which my ex-boyfriend spent $10,000 on tickets for to go see. She played opposite Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I remember in Puerto Rico after the show, like she like called me backstage to like take a photo with her, and then when she said she wanted to come to the show, I was so nervous, and she shows up right there as I'm doing the meet and greets, and she's like, Skylar's sister, and I was like, I wanted to cry and die. And I saw her right in the front, and she was like having a great time too, and it just made me so happy because she's so talented. She's someone I looked up to so much, and it was just really cool. It's just really cool to think that like people that are like doing their thing in the industry like support and like respect what I'm doing, which is something completely different, but it was awesome. It was a cool feeling. I was beaming on that one. I was real excited. Who has come to a show so far. Like honestly, like to get out of the house and like come show support is a really big deal. Like obviously I appreciate everybody who watches my videos. I think it's like really cool, but to like physically like get out of your house, come to a show, like be a part of like something is like really, really cool. And if you are thinking about coming to a show, please do. It literally has fed my soul and like has built my positive energy so much. Like it's honestly like changed my whole mood. It's really crazy how like I'm just happy again, and I've never felt this happy in my entire life. So if you're thinking about coming out, even if you're coming alone or whatever, please come, like just exchange energy with me, because it's just so much love and positivity at these shows, and I can't thank you guys enough. Like it's really helped me out of like a really dark year, and so I'm really excited that we still have more than half of the tour left, so definitely come out if you're thinking about it. This is Saturday and Sunday, August 24th and August 25th. I'm very excited. Definitely get your tickets at theheartbreaktour.com. After that, we are going to Charlotte and Atlanta, and then we are going to Cleveland, Detroit, Boston, Toronto, San Francisco, and LA. So be sure to get your tickets. I am so stoked. And if there's any recommendations of any places we should visit or dance to in your city, definitely let me know. You can get your tickets at theheartbreaktour.com. Meet and greet packages available, general admission available, whatever you get, it's gonna be a good time. We're gonna show up, and hopefully I have a voice, but if not, it's even fun.